And we cannot talk about inclusive growth without talking about the financial services system in Africa. And joining me right now is Ade Ayeyemi, who is a Group CEO of Ecobank right now. Ade, good morning and many thanks for making time to come to our studio.
Good morning, Bonnie. It's nice to be here.
Fantastic. I mean, I'm sure when you look at the whole conversation about inclusive growth, the banking system comes to fore because this is one of the anchors of any included community if we were to talk about financial services in Africa. Give us a status update of where we are right now as far as inclusivity goes.
I think from an Ecobank point of view, we believe that if we are going to make a progress and take our economy forward, we need to make sure that growth is inclusive. For it to be sustainable, it has to be inclusive. And for that growth to be inclusive, it means that we have to find opportunity for everybody to get connected to the financial system. We have to bring down the cost of connectivity. If you bring down the cost of connectivity and you get everybody connected, then the ability to transact becomes much higher. And that is how we can jumpstart and actually grow our economy from the base. And that is when it becomes sustainable.
Right.
Now, the question of financial inclusion is not just about making many banks available. It's about
making everybody have an account.
Well, we can try and make everybody have an account,
Right.
but it has to be at the price point that they can afford. And that's when they can actually transact. So we need to bring down the costs of opening an account. We need to bring down the cost of owning accounts. And we need to try and leverage some of the societal assets to be able to get that done. So that if you look at the cost of opening accounts today, about 95% of that is identification.
Right.
And if we can automate identification, if we can partner with the government, partner with the telecom organizations, partner with everybody in society, we can actually get to a situation where people can open an account themselves on a self-service basis, and you bring down substantially the cost. What we've done in Ecobank is say, okay, we want people at the base of the economy to be able to open an account themselves. And if you open that digital account with us, then the services charges on the account will be free.
Talk about digitalization for a moment, because this has taken over the world despite the sector. How big a deal has it been for Ecobank, and where are you in terms of fully incorporating digitization in your systems?
We believe that our strategy, our ability to meet our commitment to society can only be achieved with digital. Every interaction with us, we want it to be digital.
Right.
And once we do that, and I'll tell you where we are, once we do that, then we can make sure everybody is included. Today, Ecobank runs a data center for all our 34 banking affiliates in 2 locations, Accra and Lagos. And that connectivity enables us to be able to roll out products and services across all the countries where we are present in just one go. When we decided to have connectivity for the corporates, we were able to roll that out to 34 countries. When we decided to have connectivity for consumers, we were able to roll that out to 34 countries. So today, we have applications that are running across 33 countries, 34 countries, that allow people to connect to our banking services.
This is obviously very profitable and efficient for somebody running a bank, but what is it for the customers? Does it translate to access, to affordability, and does it allow them to access the very credit they need? Because it might be efficient and profitable for the bank, but how is it for the consumers?
It's never going to be profitable for the bank if it's not profitable for the customers.
Right.
Because the customers will not buy, and we just have the goods that the customer don't buy. It's very profitable for the customers because we brought down the costs of interaction. They no longer have to leave their house, leave their offices for them to be able to do a banking transaction. Think about it. If you're moving across the West Africa zone from Lagos all the way to Dakar, and you want to make payment, and you're an Ecobank customer, you don't need to carry cash with you. Right. You can make payment from the same account, and that payment is instant. When we decided that we want to make partnership with MasterCard or MasterPass and with Visa on M-Visa, that allows people at the base of the economy to be able to use QR code to do collections. Remember, a POS sometimes costs almost $400. And think about how many of our small and medium-scale enterprises can afford to have $400 POS per piece in their offices. But when you use QR code, it's less than $1.
Right.
And that is the kind of solution that is appropriate for our society, bring down the cost, expand opportunity for as many people as we can.
How much of this is riding on the mobile telephony support system? Because the marriage between telco and the banking financial system is really very hot in Africa right now. How much of it is running on that, and what do you see that as being the future of Ecobank?
I believe that in the future, I mean, first of all, it's running on the back of the mobile,
Right.
because that is what is in the hand of everybody for the last mile. It's already in the hands of everybody. But also it's running on the telecom infrastructure that the various governments have put in place. Mm-hmm. It's running on the back of legal infrastructure that the various governments have put in place. It's running on the back of certain identification mechanisms that the governments have invested in. And when you put all of that together and you integrate it to solve the big problem of society, it becomes sustainable. Mm-hmm. So the telecom operators, we need to make sure that they benefit. The society, we need to make sure they benefit. As a financial institution, we need to make sure the price of assets is brought down. But we also need governments to work with us so that everybody recognizes the importance of digital transactions. And our laws needs to get updated. Our courts needs to start accepting those digital evidences as something that's acceptable in the law court. Because if we can do things digitally, and for the purpose of the court system, we now have to reduce it into writing physically, then we are not taking advantage of the opportunity that we have.
Fantastic. Ade, let's leave it there because of time, but many thanks for coming in today.
Thank
That was
you very
Ade
much.
Ayeyemi, the Group CEO of Ecobank.